All right, picture this. It's exactly 2:13 a.m. You're lying awake staring at the ceiling, absolutely paralyzed by anxiety because you have a massive Class 12 business studies exam tomorrow. We've all been there, right? Well, today we're tackling the planning chapter, but we're doing it a little differently. We're treating this explainer like a midnight survival guide. So back to our student Zara. She's stressing out in the middle of the night when suddenly her phone lights up the dark. Her heart instantly sinks. I mean, the school officially closes at 8 p.m., and the old Commerce Block, yeah, that place is legendary for all the wrong reasons. There's this crazy rumor that a highly successful businessman used to give guest lectures there, until he just vanished without a trace. The legend says he left behind a secret diary containing the absolute rules of successful businesses, and anyone who reads it incomplete, well, they slowly lose their minds. But, Zara's desperate. Her curiosity totally takes over. So she sneaks out into the rainy night. She's walking down these empty, echoing corridors under flickering lights, and she finds the door to the last classroom on the third floor wide open. Inside the room, sitting perfectly dead center on a dusty desk, is a pitch-black notebook. The title is written in this glowing silver ink, and it simply reads, Planning. Zara slowly reaches out, touches the cover, and bang! The classroom door slams shut behind her. The room's lights immediately turn this deep, chilling red, and as she watches in total horror, chalk begins moving entirely on its own across the blackboard, writing out a chilling warning. Every destroyed empire made the same mistake. They started without planning. Zara is frozen. The thick cover of the notebook automatically flips open to the very first page. The silver ink slowly bleeds across the page, revealing the first secret. Okay, let's dive into this. The diary states that planning is simply deciding in advance. It's setting your objectives, developing courses of action, and choosing the absolute best alternative to figure out what to do and how to do it before you even start. Suddenly, Zara hears a whisper echoing in the room. The future belongs to those who control it before it happens. A sudden flash of lightning strikes outside, and get this, the classroom walls actually begin to dissolve and disappear. Zara suddenly finds herself standing in a dark, endless hallway. Lining the walls are 6 massive doors, and each one is marked with a glowing blood-red symbol. The notebook in her hands updates itself, writing out a new heading in that silver ink, the 6 powers of planning. So what exactly lies behind these 6 doors? Now, what's really interesting about this is how the diary reveals the importance of planning. Behind door 1 is the direction room. There are glowing arrows guiding lost people, showing that planning provides direction. Behind door 2 is a raging storm, but there's one building surviving the chaos, meaning planning reduces the risks of uncertainty. Then we have door 3, the chaos room. Here, an invisible force organizes a bunch of screaming employees. This shows how planning reduces wasteful, overlapping activities. Door 4 opens up to a dark chamber, where tiny sparks ignite into massive empires. That's because planning promotes innovative ideas. Behind door 5 is a crazy decision maze with only one safe path, proving that planning facilitates decision-making. And finally, door 6 is the control room, tracking targets, which tells us that planning establishes standards for controlling. It's literally a survival toolkit. As Zara tries to absorb all of this, the dark hallway shifts again. Strange, intricate symbols start etching themselves deeply into the ancient stone walls around her. The notebook illuminates a new question for her to master. What exactly are the 7 structural marks, or, the core features of a plan? And these symbols brilliantly illustrate the 7 core features of planning. First up is the objective. A plan has to focus on specific goals. Second is the foundation. It's the primary function of all management. Nothing else happens without it. Third is the web. Planning is pervasive. It's literally happening everywhere at all levels of a business. Fourth is the clock. It's a continuous, never-ending cycle. Fifth is the giant futuristic eye. Planning is fundamentally forward-looking and futuristic. Sixth is the forked path. It demands actual decision-making. And finally, the glowing brain. It's a purely mental exercise of logic, not just random guesswork. But things are about to take a turn. We've reached section 3, the curse of planning, the dark side of the diary. As Zara reads this, the pages literally turn pitch black. You see, planning isn't perfect. It comes with 6 curses or limitations that you absolutely need to remember for quick revision. First, she sees managers locked in chains. Planning leads to rigidity. You get stuck in your ways. Next is a shape-shifting monster, meaning static plans may totally fail in dynamic, changing environments. Then, employees turned into mindless puppets. Strict planning actually reduces creativity. After that, she sees piles of money literally being thrown into a roaring fire because planning involves huge costs. It's expensive. Next is a ticking clock trapping a golden opportunity, showing it's a huge time-consuming trap. And the ultimate curse? A perfect plan leading straight to ruin. Because mere planning does not guarantee success. Execution is everything, guys. So how do we get it right?
Well, that brings us to the 7-step ritual, casting the perfect plan.
The diary starts shaking violently in her hands. It acts as her guide, almost whispering the chronological steps to survive. Step 1, setting objectives. You have to decide your ultimate goals first. Step 2, developing premises. Make calculated assumptions about what the future holds. Step 3, identifying alternatives. Map out every possible course of action. Step 4, evaluating alternatives. Weigh the pros and cons of each path carefully. Step 5, selecting the alternative. Choose the absolute best option. Step 6, implementing the plan. Actually launch your action. And finally, Step 7, follow-up action. You have to constantly check if reality is matching up with your grand design.
Now for the final trial, the 8 deadly weapons, types of plans.
Zora suddenly stands in a final room, and an entire arsenal of tools is glowing on the walls around her. This is crucial for quick revision, so pay attention. First, objectives. These are your final targets. Second, strategy, your long-term master plan to defeat the competition. Third, policies, your general guidelines for thinking. Fourth, procedures, the exact step-by-sequence actions to take. Fifth, method, the specific way a single task is performed. Sixth, rule, a strict no-nonsense instruction. Seventh, program, the complete, detailed project plan. And eighth, the budget, your numerical blueprint, everything in hard financial numbers. Armed with these 8 weapons, Zara is finally prepared for anything tomorrow throws at her.
Just like that, the red lights vanish. The notebook slams closed, leaving one haunting final line on its cover. Businesses are not destroyed by competition. They are destroyed by lack of planning. The next morning, as the business studies exam papers are handed out, Zara's teacher gives her this knowing, almost secretive smile. Zara is ready. She survived the night. But the diary's warning applies to us all. So I'll leave you with this. What empire are you trying to build tomorrow? And more importantly, what is your plan to survive it?